Oscar, you gotta slow down for the toll. Stop messing around. What's up, everybody? Right now we're about to go over Oscar's favorite bridge here, the Skyway. We're actually headed back over to that 325 Grady White. Probably see it in the title there. I got the wiper motor for it. Plus I've had a few requests for a little bit more in-depth view of the boat. So when I get there, I'll walk through it. We'll take a look at it together. So I'll see you there. Hey, all right, we made it. We actually already got the boat down and everything. Put it down, turned everything on. I'll give you a little tour of it here. All right, so we jump on here. This is the correct wiper motor this time. From a couple episodes ago, I got the wrong one, but we got the right one, so we're gonna switch this out. But let's look at the boat real quick. We'll start from the back. This has the new 300 Yamaha with the electronic steering. It's the newest of the new. This boat is a 21. This seat right here, you actually push a button, this moves. Our battery switch is there. This boat doesn't have a generator, which would be down in that hole. It doesn't have air conditioning. No options there for that. There's a big fish box here. Got a transom shower. Got a transom ladder here. I always thought this was cool. You can open this up and you can put ice in here or whatever. You have drinks on the back. And we're by the airport. So anyway, these here are just for access to the bilge area for any of your components, bilge pump and stuff. Same thing is in there. There's valves just for your live well and stuff like that. Oh, all your batteries are in that hole too. It's got 4 batteries, 2 banks, 2 batteries joined together on each side. Here's your live well. Look here by my bag here, we have a refrigerator, storage here. This is an optional grill, but underneath it, it's not a grill. It's just like a little another here. It's almost like another little ice area. You can put drinks or whatever. A sink. The helm here. Got nice seating, of course. Up top, I got the blue lights on right now. It's got blue, red, or white lights on the top. This one has Fusion stereo, which big sub right there. I always like it has the footrest down here for when you're sitting. That makes a big difference in fatigue when you're riding. And we got right here, you have your table stand, a little hiding spot for it. Another cool feature I like on these is the garbage can spot right there. If you look inside here on our port side, this is our bathroom, our head area, but it also converts. Looks like you have some rod storage there. You got shelving here. Our main for our stereo here, our Fusion. It's got more storage in this door here. Ooh, I know where I'm going later. You got a sink. This here in here is your toilet paper holder. This down here is just more storage. You got a pretty good amount of room down here too. Also, like both of these have windows. The other side also has an event right here. Oh, and if you look at the inside of the door, you got a mirror, you got a cleat here. It's a pretty cool idea. So you can hang stuff and a little shelf for stuff. Here's those vents I was talking about. You got one on each side here. Of course, you're gonna have a compass. Let's open it up here. Here's our panel. This would be different if we had a generator. Well, we do have shore power where we have battery charger. You could have air conditioning here. You could also have a seat keeper here. And just like every Grady here, we have a 12 volt side, your DC main, so you can shut off whatever you want. So you can just keep whatever on that you need to. And a high water alarm. This is actually supposed to be a bed area. Most people use it for storage. It's like him. But this supposedly is 6 feet when you put it out into a bed. But it looks pretty cramped. It looks like it's for kids. Inside here is the back of the dash to get to our fuse panel, stuff like that. Right here, I'm going to have to take this off so we can get to our wiper motor that we're changing. It's got hooks for shirts, stuff like that. It's cool. We go up front here. That actually is just a forward bilge pump. You got a table base. This one, of course, is going to have a windlass. Your pop-up nav light. Your windlass here. I like it. It's got the windlass controls right on the deck here. It's nice. We got lots of storage in the front here too. This clips here, and you have big storage spots in the front. And if you look right here, this is actually another piece that sits right here, and this becomes one big giant cushion. You also have a water hose outlet right there, and you got little courtesy lights everywhere you can turn on. This one also has the optional sunshade. These poles, the fiberglass poles, go here in the front too, and then there's a big shade that goes over this whole front area. Pretty nice. These also have a complete canvas that goes all the way around the outside. And if you look at the top here, this is actually another shade that goes out the back. You have outrigger spots right here. You got a horn on top, nav light, and VHF antenna. There's also a porthole window right there in the top you can open. Oh, the little round thing is our GPS antenna. Go back to the dash here. This one has twin Garmins. You can rig this with whatever you want. We're just biased to Garmins because we have good luck with them. Of course, Yamaha display. There's our remote for our Fusion. The main one was in there. This one has joystick, so it has pretty much every option except for the generator and air conditioning. But you know, not everybody needs that. So look up here. Here's that light the customer put on. Surprised it doesn't mess with the camera. Well, it does a little bit. You can see it. Super bright. Well, hope you enjoyed the little mini tour. If you got any questions, just shoot me a comment, and if I know it, I'll answer it for you. But now, let's get that wiper motor out of there and replace it. Oh, there's also a light inside here, so we can see. It's pretty cool. It's like a little LED light strip that lights up this whole area. There's one on each side. The first thing we gotta do is pop these covers off here so we can get to the screws. Alright, so here's our wiper motor. That's actually our sure shake controller, that awning in the top. That's the box that controls it. So here's our wiring. We're going to obviously have to redo this, and we're going to have to take this apart and see what the setting is so we can make the other one exactly the same. But first we got to get this wiper off of here. So first you just got to take these little Allen keys out of here. Just going to wiggle it off of there. Set that aside. Now we take the screw out, take this nut off first so that this plate can come off, this windshield wiper assembly comes off, and then it slides out the back side. Screw out here. You don't have to take this off. I'm going to, just because I'm going to reseal everything. Alright, so we got all this out of the way. If you look over on the port side of it, we actually have another screw here. This is holding the other side of that wiper motor together here. So we got to hold it here. We should be able to unscrew it on the other side. It's got a through bolt through it here. Alright, so on this side, you see right here, there's the other side of that. Let's see if we get lucky and it doesn't spin. There we go. It's got a lock nut on it, so sometimes that will make that nut spin on the other side. Oh, like it's doing right now. Might get lucky and be able to get it all the way off. Alright, so it came off without having to hold the other side. Now, let's wiggle this thing and see if we can get it off here. You see it's starting to come. The Grady White uses these little spacers. See the little spacers here to keep it away from the fiberglass. I'll leave the wiring on so I connect it right, because it looks like we got different colors going to different things here. Alright, so we got it out there. You can actually, one little trick you can do is just cut the wires above it here. That way you know which one goes to which on the new motor. Alright, so we got our old motor here. Remember, this is the problem where it was moving right here, causing the wiper to move all by itself. If you look at the new one, it doesn't move at all. It's completely tight. Now, what we have to do is actually open these up so that we can make sure our setting is correct between the two. Just these Allen keys here. Let me take these off and I'll show you. Alright, so I got the back open. If you look, you can see there's different degrees of how this thing is going to swing. This one is set right by the 90 here. I can't see what it's set at exactly, but if you look at this one, our new one, It's already set the same. Grady White sent us this, so they probably already knew where to set it, so we could just put it in and be done with it. But all you have to do is undo that clip, and that thing pulls out, and you can change whatever you want here as far as the degree of swing on the wiper arm. So let me get the cover back on this, and we'll get it back in the boat. There, we got our new motor. Let's put our spacer on here. We'll have to put that spacer on when we put the motor on here. Let me set the camera down so I can use both my hands. Get this nut on here so it'll hold it in place. Drop it. First, now we'll put a little silicone on this. Seal it up real good. I can stick our wiper arm back over it here. Get our new hardware back on here. Screw on there. And now she's tight, let's clean it up. Alright, before we do anything else here, let's go tighten that screw down right there. Hopefully it won't spin on us. Then we gotta do our wiring. We'll tie it back up. Alright, good, this one's not spinning on its own, so we don't have to try to hold it on the other side. Alright, so I'm hooking my wiring up here. I'm going to use heat shrink connectors. Grady White didn't use them up here for some reason, but I always like to use heat shrink no matter what. So we'll get these hooked up and shrink them down. And do the same thing they did and tie it up with a zip tie here. Keep our wiring tied up nice. Alright, before we put this cover back over here, let's put the wiper on and test it. Alright, since this works perfectly on this side and the port side, we're going to measure across so I can get a reference. I'll try to put the wiper about in the same spot. Looks like exactly 2 feet. A little smudge mark on the window so I know where to put it right there. And that looks perfect. Now let's tighten it up and we'll see if it works. Alright, let's push our button. You see that's just a little bit too much, so we gotta move it over a little bit. Alright, let's try this again. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. The other side's working good. Alright, now let's put our ceiling back in here. Alright, our screws are in. Now let's put our little covers back on here. Let me get out of here real quick before I overheat. So alright, that's it for this one. For after the second try here, we got the wiper working. I appreciate you watching. I'm going to pack this up here and call it a day. I will see you next time. Later.